I'm applying layers of rubber one by one, and I'm just building that up to have a drafting line where we're going to separate the mold as well. So I'm taking care of the shim area where the mold will separate at this moment. So I'm just starting to get this built up.
Is this the second layer you're putting on?
This is basically about the 5th layer.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, so there's been quite a few layers already before I put on before the mold, before I put the shim area. So I had these precast shim areas that kind of help build the mold up. So, and I had to stick them in place when the rubber was tacky enough, and sometimes I have to even use pins just to pin it down a little bit.
How many more layers do you think are going to go on after this?
We probably definitely have at least 6 more layers. But it all depends on the thickness of the rubber. Sometimes it builds up faster in certain areas than others. But that's the way it goes, because we're working with gravity, so gravity dictates everything that we're doing here.
How many hours do you suppose you'll have in this once it's...
It'd be easy to have 20 to 24 hours into this when it's all finished. And of course it's going to be encased in a plastic mother mold. So we'll get to that. We'll get to that part after a while. But right now I'm just trying to build up the rubber so it'll actually pull out of a plaster mother jacket. Now, making a mold, you're having to look at things in positive and negative directions, and when we make a wax inside this rubber mold eventually, we want to be able to pull the wax out without the wax being pulled by certain aspects of the mold. So we do a thing called drafting. So we're actually drafting the mold as we're making it here. And we're also trying to fill all the cavities that are quite evident in this mold, so we don't have a bunch of holes when we're done here. So that's what I'm filling in right now. I'm filling in a bunch of holes in the mold.